Hi everybody, it's Miss Amanda. I'm going to be doing a yoga activity with you for this rainy day. I'm going to be doing the book Mia's Mountain Hike. This book's a little long for younger kids, so feel free to pause it or skip ahead. It is, though, a fun book. If your kids are really into it, they should be able to hang in there for the whole book, but it's just doing the different poses kind of makes it a little long, because for each animal she sees and the thing she does a different pose. So I'm gonna start by reading. I'm gonna be going back and forth. I'm gonna use a yoga mat just to kind of support myself, but you don't need a yoga mat to do this. So I'm gonna get started. Mia loved the forest. She loved looking for animals, swimming in the lake, and having lunch outside. But her absolute favorite thing to do in the forest was going on hikes with Auntie Lisa. They would leave the city sounds behind and enter the magical forest world. At the head of the trail, Mia grabbed Auntie Lisa's hand. She smiled and then led her aunt down the mountain path. They were off on their next adventure. So we're gonna do mountain pose. And for mountain pose, I'm gonna go back to my yoga mat, if my dog will let me. You're going to stand up straight with your hands out like this. And you could just put your head up a little bit. I know you can't see my head right now, but this is mountain pose. The sun's rays streamed through the sweet smelling pine branches that lit the path. Mia even heard an eagle squawk. So eagle pose, which is right here, can be a little bit challenging, but you just do it however you can. So, because there are different ways, we're gonna do it a little bit easier. You just put your foot up, and then you take your hands and you kind of intertwine. If you can't keep your foot up, you could just put it out, or you could put it kind of up, whichever way is easier for you. And then you could even switch. Like I said, you could put your foot out or up, whichever is easiest for you. Where do those nuts come from, Auntie Lisa? Mia asked. From the trees. Auntie Lisa shook a branch and acorns fell to the ground. Squirrels collect them for the winter. Mia gathered a pile of acorns and placed them into a tree hole. I wonder if squirrels get tired of eating acorns. So this you can do on your own if you have a ball, or you can just kind of stand up and pretend to grab things with your feet. But if you want to pretend to grab stuff like a squirrel. Continuing down the path, they came across a misty waterfall. They put down their backpacks and stood silently, their eyes closed. Mia felt the cool spray wash over her, and she took a deep breath. This is magic, she thought. So we're gonna kind of make ourselves look like waterfalls. So you're just gonna stand up and just fall forward, just like a waterfall. When the day got warmer, they stopped at a lake to cool off. They watched a family of ducks waddle past the shady beach. So this is called squat pose, but ducks kind of look like they're squatting a little bit when they kind of waddle. So you're gonna put your legs out Put your hands together and then come down as low as you can go into squat pose. Okay. Auntie Lisa pointed across the lake at a mama bear and her cubs. "Stay still, Mia," she said, pulling Mia closer. "These bears are busy eating berries and aren't interested in us." Mia felt safe with her aunt, but she could feel her heart beating faster. They watched and waited while the 3 black bears grazed in the meadow. So we're going to do down facing dog, but sometimes dogs look like bears. My dog actually, I don't know why, but some people have thought he's a bear. So you are just going to kind of go down and make yourself into an upside down V. And that is downward facing dog. All right. "Are bears dangerous, Auntie Lisa?" Mia asked after the animal had ambled away. "That's a good question. Bears aren't dangerous if we leave them alone. The same goes for most wild animals." Auntie Lisa patted her on the back. "Oh, like cougars?" asked Mia. "Yes," said her aunt. So we're gonna kind of pretend to be like a cougar, which is a big, big, big cat that lives out in the wild. And we're gonna do cat pose. So for cat pose, you wanna get on all fours like a cat, and then take your back and arch it up really high, and put your chin down, and really stretch. That is cat pose. Mia heard a rustle in the grass. "I think I just heard a snake." So we're going to do snake pose. So you are going to get on your belly, and then you're going to just push yourself right up like this, just like a snake. And you can even make a snake sound when you do that. All right. "Life is so busy at home," Mia said, reveling in the peace and quiet. "That's why it is important to take it easy once in a while." Auntie Lisa leaned back against a rock. Some people call this rock pose. It's also a different type of child's pose. So you're just gonna, if you sit up like this and then go down onto your legs and kind of tuck yourself in, and you kind of make yourself like a rock. Oh, Mia listened to the tuck, tuck, tuck of a woodpecker. Isn't this the most beautiful day?" Auntie Lisa beamed. "I think that woodpecker agrees with you." So see the woodpecker. So you're gonna do hero pose, which is just kind of a calm pose. You're gonna just kind of sit on your legs like you did for child's pose, and just put your hands in, and you could take a couple deep breaths. This is a good pose if you're kind of feeling like a little anxious or scared or upset. You just kind of breathe in and calm yourself down. Okay. When they continued on their hike, Auntie Lisa pointed out a deer dashing up the hill beside them. Mia smiled. "I love being in the forest," she thought. So we're going to do a seated twist, which can be a little tricky. I'm going to actually do it facing you so you could kind of see how our legs are supposed to go around. So you're going to, if you put your legs out, take one and kind of bend it over and kind of fold the other one back. Then you take the opposite hand of the leg that's folded over, and you put it up and you hook it. And then you just twist around. And then to do the other side, you just flip. And same thing, opposite hand, and twist. So that one you can do however you want. That one's a little bit more complicated. Take one step at a time. They slowly climbed the rocky path. Mia heard her own deep breaths. The deer had made the hike look easy, but Mia had to focus and keep telling herself that she can do it. So sometimes when we're feeling like maybe we can't do it or we need a little help, we gotta stop and take a deep breath. So just like in hero pose, when you were taking some deep breaths, you just kind of sit quietly, your legs crisscross, put your hands on your knees and just take some deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. So that can help calm your body down. Finally, they came to a wooden bridge crossing a rushing river. Where does the water come from, Auntie Lisa? See how it comes down from the top of the mountain? Ice melts and rain falls. Then you have a river. There is so much to learn, thought Mia. So they're actually going to be crossing that bridge right there. So we are going to do bridge pose. So this one, you're going to want to get on your back and keep your knees bent. Then you're going to pick your bottom up and clasp your hands underneath. Try to get your palms to touch each other. And this is bridge pose. At the top of the mountain, they used a flat rock as a table for their picnic. There's no better place to eat lunch, she thought. This is reverse table pose. So this is actually one of my least favorite yoga poses. But for this, you're gonna kind of, trying to think. Oh, I know, you put your hands behind you. Like I said, my least favorite pose. And you go up like this, as high as you can. So you're kind of making like a table. After lunch, they lingered at the summit, which is right where they are, the top here. Mia lay back and gazed at the blue sky. The world seemed so big, and she felt so small. Can we go on another hike soon? Mia asked. You bet, said Auntie Lisa with a wink. So resting pose, you just kind of lay on your back and you spread your arms and your legs and you just kind of lay there for a little bit and take some deep breaths. So I'm just gonna show you a couple of things from the hike. And then there is a link, which when I post this on my class page, I will post it right here. She's got some really amazing resources for yoga and a lot of free things you could use too. So here's the different links. So have a great day, and I hope you all stay calm and stay safe. Talk to you soon.